So here's Kevin on a recent roundtable discussion with some other watch liars, and Kevin has me torn because he has been saying the quiet part out loud for a couple of weeks now, and he clearly is struggling internally, like they all do. They just don't say it, but they're all struggling right now, especially with this September 23rd thing. That, they're saying something that they know is probably not true, and they're using the name of the Lord to say this thing that's probably not true, but it really could be true in their minds. And so it's really exciting to think about. And they're getting a lot of attention for what they are saying, which is ultimately what they all want. They want attention. They want people to listen to them and pass their videos around and quote them and of course get on their channels and comment lots of positivity and give them a lot of thumbs ups and all. They love that. They bask in all of that glory. The problem is when you use God's name to try to get glory for yourself, you're going to end in disaster, and he's not going to be pleased. The other problem is if you're using prophetic words to get glory for yourself, but you don't want any accountability for what you say, you run into a serious problem. I have heard some of these people literally say the following: I 100% am on board with the rapture happening September 23rd or 24th. However, if it doesn't happen by the 25th, I'm not going to be upset. That is a completely illogical statement, no matter what you're talking about. You can't be 100% believing in something and then say that it might not happen. So you're either 95%, and then if it doesn't happen, you're not going to be disappointed, or you're 100%, and it's going to happen. That's why you're not going to be disappointed. They can't say that. They can't say either of those things, because if they fail to say the 100% on board part, they make everybody angry that is on board 100%. And if they don't say the second part, which is, hey, it might not happen, if they don't say that, they make the other group of people, the more traditional watch channels, upset because, hey, you're really going to look stupid if you're 100% on board. No one's going to watch you after September 24th. This struggle is real, guys, and they still think they can get away with it. And it's like they're blinded by their ambition to get approval from people. Again, most of these people, keep in mind, most of these people really love attention. They are either, former stage actors or movie actors, or they tried to get into the movies, or they're musicians, a lot of them. They like being on stage and performing because they really enjoy attention. And some of them still do that. But all of them are addicted to that, so they keep taking this drug that keeps making them disappointed. And meanwhile, they're making the name of the Lord look bad, and they're making the testimony of the church look bad. That's the big problem I have with it. Listen to what Kevin says here.
And I was initially going to remove the channel off the platform because I don't pay bills with YouTube. I don't take donations. I don't sell merch. I don't care about any of that crap. I just know that if the dates pass, it's not being right or wrong. I'm not afraid of being wrong. I'm afraid of pushing away a new believer or somebody who's not a Christian yet. And how can I be trusted if I'm saying something that didn't come to, that's not true, right? How can they even trust me with the gospel?
So he is 100% right. That's what I've been saying for years. Every time you open your mouth and you make a promise to your audience, and some of that audience could be unsaved people, that this tribulation is on the doorstep and it's going to happen and you're going to be left behind, or Jesus is going to come and take us all away, and you're going to be left behind, and this is coming any second now. It's soon. It's very soon, and in this case, it's September 23rd. And it doesn't happen. You're destroying your own testimony. And he said it. He just admitted that is a problem. Well, these people don't like that, and so one of the other people on the group there, this is unbelievable what he said. He said the following: "That's not your job. It's not your job. You have nothing to do with whether they're going to believe or not. That's God's job." That's the excuse they're giving themselves. Hey, it's not my job. I just deliver the message. And if the message is a lie and people don't believe, well, that's really their fault. That's not my fault. So goes the mentality of these guys, because they have to. They don't get what they want, attention, money, whatever. They don't get what they want if they don't say to the Lord, to his face, Lord, I hope you don't mind me borrowing your name here for a little while. I'm going to come on a channel and pretend that I'm a ministry under the authority of God himself. I have to do that because otherwise my Christian audience isn't going to listen to me. So I have to invoke your name, and I'm going to go ahead and do that, Lord. Then I'm going to say a bunch of things that turn out to be false. But at the same time, I'm going to hedge my bets and say, yeah, but don't get too excited about what I'm saying, okay? Well, then you're entertaining them. You're not really saying anything. You're just saying words they like. Oh, they don't want to hear that because, oh no, this isn't entertainment. This is encouragement. I'm encouraging and edifying the body by getting them excited about being whisked to heaven and out of their troubles. That's encouraging and edifying to the body. Well, no, it isn't, especially when it doesn't happen. It just discourages them. So then they want all their audience to be really, really hyper and excited and encouraged by what they say, not discouraged when it fails. This is not possible. Eventually, okay, now some of these people are going to hang on after September 24th and, on into 2026. They're going to, this big surge of an audience is going to come alongside of them. They're going to, most of them are going to drop off, but there will be a few remaining that will keep going. They'll keep, walking with them through the rest of this year because, their message, I will bet you $10,000, their message will change after the 24th to, hey, 2025 is still looking really good. Look at all the numbers. All the numbers are perfect. They don't lie. They line up perfectly with Scripture. So they'll keep going for a while, and then 2026 will come, and there will be kind of a dead spot for a while they all shuffle around and look at something new and try to figure out what's the 2026 story, and then they'll march right on into 2026 with a brand new story. They will have lost thousands of people they picked up around now. They don't care. They don't care. They'll keep whatever audience they still have. They'll go right back to it and say, well, Lord, I'm going to use your name again. I know I used your name last time and it was wrong. And so I made your name look bad because I said to everybody that God told me this. And either I made you a liar or I'm lying about your name. Either way, I'm disobeying that commandment that says don't take the Lord's name in vain. Well, I'm going to do it again. This is why I call them watch liars.